you ain't gold. Say less. Say less. Say less.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The Texans would love nothing more than to finish out today's game with a second notch in that win column. It's the Patriots going up against the Texans.
Larry, they broke ground on this place in the year 2000, opened it in August of 2002, and it's been the home of this franchise ever since. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Between the New England Patriots and the Houston Texans. Carry here for Terrence West. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll run it with West. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Brady now on first down. Setting up the screen for West. Room to run past midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16. Brady now on first down. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first down here and then some, but a penalty flag down. This could very well be coming back. They go play action here on first down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. DJ Reader in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Now Brady throwing on second down. He's got it to West on the dump off. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it's going to be third down and forever. From midfield, here's Brady. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Cam Thomas coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be fourth down. On On fourth down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. On first down, Watson. He's going to take a shot right away. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. Complete here to Gary Barnidge. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Here we go. On first and 10, Watson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On second down, here's Miller. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Let's go! 38! Throwing on third down, Watson. And to the left side, Fedorowicz has it. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
You like that?
Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, if I have that dagger play, if I have that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
5 yards on the carry, good pickup on first down.
As diverse as the running game has become in the NFL, there's still a place for the fullback position. And on that play, he gained nice yardage.
So second and medium, 2nd and 5 now.
Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go!
Watson going to give this one to Miller. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield. Picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. A shotgun snap for Watson. And his throw is incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Back to the air. Watson on second down. And he fires one incomplete. C.J. Fedorowicz, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach and incomplete. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on third. Faking the give. Now Watson. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Alan Branch. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up fourth down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. So the Patriots coming out now. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football, but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive that lasted over 10 minutes. And remember how it ended?
And a punt.
Yeah, I mean, how does that happen? You just don't see that happen every day.
And this one maybe not quite that bad, but still, you'd like to have a chance for points if you hold the football that long.
Agreed.
Looking back to the air on second down. It's Brady. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And it's third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Brady going to throw. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And this one will be brought back to the 22. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
A first down carry now for Miller. Sharp move, but can't find much space. Dropped just inside the 20. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll run it again with Miller. And he'll be knocked down sideways. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
From the gun on 3rd, Watson trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, David Harris. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
So after the INT, it's Brady. Throw left side complete. It's Lewis. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he is out of bounds, getting it across the 30-yard line. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. Now a play fake here on first down. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Joseph. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now a quick handoff, and this is the fullback, Prosh. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Here's Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Brady to throw on 2nd down. Got a man complete. It's Chris Hogan. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 18 big yards on that one and a New England 1st down. Fresh set of downs here. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, it's Brady. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Brady connecting with Cooks for the Patriot 1st down. A great job there, Charles, just to hold on, absorb that contact. I guess that's the risk you take catching the ball toward the middle of the field.
It is, and if you're going to gain yardage, you're going to have to go there at some point. But how about the read, okay? The eyes of that play, stepping out from the middle of the field. And
under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Aaron Lynch in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. On 2nd down, here's Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Sean Smith. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce And he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And right with it here over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one.
Let's go.
On second down, here's Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Watson on first down. He's letting this one go for... He's got it at the 15. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. From the red zone now, Watson, and this is incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Watson. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
And that's why defenders are often frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch, looked good doing it, but couldn't get his feet down in order to finish off the takeaway.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Let's go.
Watson looks to throw again. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make them punt it. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Aguayo's kick is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. So they kick it through to take the lead. There is a little bit of time left, though, here in the second quarter.
And while they're concerned about not giving up a big return or giving up points themselves going into the half, how good do they feel, though, putting points on the board themselves right near the end of the first half?
And now out come the Patriots. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They start on the ground with West. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the Back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separate.
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. On play action, it's Brady. Forced out to his left. Steps away to his left. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Throwing is Brady on third down. He's got a man complete. It's Julian Edelman. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. And Brady will sneak it. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
Partner, Tom Brady has done this so well, so many times over his career, he's turned it into art form. If there is a museum for quarterback sneaks in the NFL, Tom Brady has his own wing.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says try something different, try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
Now Brady throwing on second down. To the left side and complete for Julian Edelman. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
New England on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Here's West. And he'll take this one down near the 15. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So they come away from this opening drive in the third quarter with only 3, but at least it does draw them back level.
And that has to be job one. A touchdown certainly would have been nice, but here you get back on even terms, and now you've got the rest of the second half to try and get yourselves in front.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Come on, let's go!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's right. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
And he rifles one incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's third down.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have, it's chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. The Texans on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Morgan Burnett, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
He's got it to West on the dump off. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Brady now on first down. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They'll run for it with Dion Lewis. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Brady's going to sneak it and not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's third down. The offense on third down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is third and goal. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. It's the fullback, his second touchdown on the season. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And that is incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
They'll toss it to Miller. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the fourth quarter. The Texans on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, here's Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. Now the ball comes loose, and the Patriots have it. Charles, he lost a fumble last week as well, so now back-to-back weeks, maybe you expect that from your tailback, but not him.
You're exactly right, because you work a lot with your running backs about how they have to protect the ball in traffic. But downfield, in open space, that's dangerous as well, because you may make someone miss, and their flailing hand can knock the ball away if you don't tuck it away.
And his throw here's incomplete. Gronkowski, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They find some open field here. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Brady now on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Looking for his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. And now it's second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. On the crossing route, that's caught. Julian Edelman. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
To throw, it's Brady. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Bernardrick McKinney in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a fourth down. And his kick here is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
Come on, let's go!
Here's Watson now on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Texans on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. A shotgun snap for Watson. Got a man. It's right. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. To the air yet again, Watson. He's got it complete to Braxton Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 more yards there and another first down. Now a first down throw. Watson underneath for Miller. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Here we go.
Again, it's Watson. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
The Texans on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Watson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at about the 31. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to...
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Sean Smith. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Let's go.
To throw on second is Watson. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
Here we go.
Watson now to throw. Right side caught Fedorowicz. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. The kicker, Roberto Aguayo, has it teed up and is about ready to get this one started. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. They'll start things on first down with Lewis. And nice yardage right off the bat here as he's up to about the 24-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Again, it's Lewis. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They'll run it here. This is James White. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Here we go with 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground with White. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall right at the line of scrimmage. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now Brady. Looking for Edelman, and he hits him. It's complete. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
.46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. 1 possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Back to throw. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him 1 more chance here on 4th down. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go.
He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. The Patriots in the victory formation as they'll take the knee. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for New England, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Texans, not much more to say. They dropped to 1-11. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long, everybody.